Hi, I'm Naomi.
I'm Katie.
And welcome to Latis TV Gaming News, bringing you all the game news straight from South Korea.
We reported a few weeks ago that Pearl Abyss would be revealing the first look at the new graphical remaster of their flagship MMO, Black Desert Online, at their remaster showcase, but that wasn't the only preview that the developer gave the fans. Other than the impressive new 4K trailer, Pearl Abyss also revealed that they are working on updates regarding UI streamlining, new regions, expanded gameplay mechanics, reworked story narratives, and even a new class. The Male Ranger will be the 17th class to join Black Desert and has some notable differences from its pre-existing female counterpart. The Male Ranger will wield different main and offhand weapons, as well as having a slower attack speed but strong unique attacks. The Ranger is scheduled to launch in winter this year. Pearl Abyss also revealed plans for a hunting and farming mode, a new marketplace, and a subjugation party system.
And it seems that Pearl Abyss has a busy 2018 ahead of them, as they also have recently announced in their recent financial report that they plan on opening 2 new international offices and going global. During a Q&A session following their second quarter financial report, the developers went into more details regarding their plans for global expansion. They stated that they hope to increase their global employee count from 513 to 700 by the end of 2018. They also plan on opening offices in Japan and America. This expansion is largely driven by the upcoming international launch for Black Desert Mobile, which is due to launch in Southeast Asia in the final quarter of the year and the rest of the world in 2019.
And on the other end of the post-financial report spectrum, things aren't looking quite as hot for Netmarble. It has been reported that investors have been selling off their shares after disappointing earnings from the second quarter. Netmarble Games shares fell to a record low following its earnings report. While analysts and market observers have admitted that fierce competition in the mobile market is partially to blame for the loss of confidence in Netmarble, there was also serious concern regarding the delay of previously announced titles like Blade & Soul Revolution. However, it's not quite time to pour one out for the developers just yet. Researchers believe that pending acquisitions and game licenses in China will serve as an investment catalyst and restore some of Netmarble's lost faith with investors.
After a series of character teasers introducing us to their sci-fi take on Greek mythology, DevCAT has finally dropped their first introduction trailer to their upcoming MOBA, Ascendant One. This trailer is our first glimpse at the actual gameplay, which shows the unique map features and mechanics of the top-down MOBA. It also showcases the impressive graphics that garnered its pre-release interest. Early access for Ascendant One is currently planned for later this year in South Korea. No word just yet on global scheduling.
After being open to a public vote on the official forum, the winners of the Blade & Soul 2018 Cosmetic Competition have been announced. The 2018 iteration of the annual competition marked the first time that Blade & Soul would also be accepting weapon illusion designs as well as costume entries. Kuber and Yunliang were announced as the grand prize winners, both receiving $150 worth of Hongmoon coin, a special community events costume, and of course their winning designs to be implemented into the game. The 20 runners-up will also receive prizes for making the cut.
SK Telecom T1 has expanded its roster with its newest addition, its very first PUBG team. Last week, SK Telecom T1 announced the formation of its newest pro esports roster at the team's inauguration ceremony. The team was first announced back in January when they brought in Choi Byung-hun and Choi Jung-jin as coaches. They began scouting for players soon after, finally concluding at the SKT1 PUBG team editions that were held on the 12th. Though the team has been practicing together for just a short amount of time, head coach Choi Byung-hun did state that they plan on taking part in the upcoming PUBG Pro Tour this September. Whether the PUBG team can show the same kind of dominance as their StarCraft and League of Legends iterations remains to be seen.
And speaking of League of Legends, the 2018 Asian Games esports demonstration event draw was held in China last week, determining the groups for the upcoming group stages. The East Asian qualifiers were extremely close, with the South Korean team managing to finish in first place after winning 2 tiebreaker matches against China and Taipei. Well, they're not quite out of the woods yet, as the draw placed them in Group A, aka the Group of Death, against Kazakhstan, Vietnam, and their longtime rivals, China. Each team will face off against each other twice, and the top 2 teams of each group will then advance to the semi-finals. The event will be held from August 27th to the 29th. Good luck, Team Korea!
Last weekend saw the first group stages for the 2018 Overwatch World Cup held out at Incheon, and to absolutely nobody's surprise, South Korea was the first team to secure their playoff spot at BlizzCon. Team South Korea was the overwhelming favourites from Group A, and they sailed to a 5-0 victory, qualifying in first place in their group. They only dropped 2 maps in all 5 games, both of them against Finland, who were the only team to truly pose a real challenge. Finland pushed South Korea to the only Game 5 tiebreaker of the qualifier, with Korea managing to edge it out 3-2 on the last point of Nepal. Sometimes there's just too much Overwatch and not enough time in the day, so if your schedule is already looking tight and you have to be selective about what you can catch up on, the only game from the qualifiers that's really worth going out of your way to watch is most definitely the South Korea and Finland matchup. It was incredibly close and could have gone either way, and was perhaps more indicative of the caliber of opponent South Korea will be facing at BlizzCon. Maybe it won't be quite as smooth sailing for Team South Korea as we previously thought. And if you're in Seoul, free on Thursday night and feeling brave, why not risk your life by attempting to watch Runaway vs Element Mystic at a free, non-ticketed event? Blizzard is hosting the Overwatch Fan Festival at the Yes24 Live Hall out in Gwangnaru on Wednesday and Thursday this week. Jeff Kaplan will be there with a bunch of other Overwatch developers. Merchandise, as always, is available, and big announcements are expected. But the headline event is happening on Thursday evening with a showcase match between Runaway and Element Mystic. There's no word yet on whether this will be streamed, but we'll keep you updated. In the meantime, if you feel like facing the crowds and facing off against the fangirls, head out to check it out in person, and may the odds be ever in your favour. There have been some serious shakeups to GC Busan Wave going into Season 3 of Contenders Korea. The team took to Twitter to announce that DPS players God Sejong and Jang Woo have left the organisation to join a new team competing in Open Division Season 3. They will be joined by GC Busan Wave coach Andante, who will be making his return to the pro scene as a player. Their new team is called Team Prima, and their roster also includes Yoon Jung from Freesia Gaming, Zeus from Armament, and Chorong from Max Steel Sword. Team Prima is just one of the 1,003 teams that have registered to compete in Season 3's Open Division, so good luck. There's also been a roster change over at Meta Gaming, with the announcement on Twitter that Flex DPS Mu Gung-hwa has joined the org as a trainee. It's interesting to note that the announcement stated he has been signed to Meta Gaming, not Bellum or Athena specifically, as there's been a lot of whispers regarding Blizzard's stance on sister teams in the Tier 2 scene. Or it could just be they haven't decided where to place him yet, as he has signed as a trainee. We'll keep you updated with any developments.
If you missed out on Comic World in Seoul, then don't worry. You can still catch the convention down in Busan this weekend. Just like the Seoul stop, the Busan convention features cosplay stage, illustration and song competitions, and of course the chance to buy some of your favorite manhwas. Comic World Busan is being held at Bexco in Busan. The entrance fee is 5,000 won and can be bought at the door.
As for us here at Latis TV, we have a new field trip where we went to the Avatar store and the Hongdae Dungeon in Hongdae.
Also keep an eye on our YouTube channel because we have a brand new series featuring our very own Jake, teaching you some of the phrases you need to know to play on the Korean servers.
And that's it for today. See you guys on next week. Bye bye.